Hi guys, good evening, welcome along. This is On Track GP. I'm James Gaffney, and it is an absolute pleasure to be bringing you the Qatar sprint race, a race in that Max Verstappen could win a world championship for the third time. Good evening to Dan and Talia. Thanks for joining me. Guys, are you looking forward to it?
Of course. Always looking forward to it. Yeah?
Yeah, listen, I think this is going to be... I like these sprint races, personally. I do. I'm a fan of them. A lot of people aren't. They seem to think they get in the way and just, mate, it's more races. Come on.
More races instead of practicing, right?
Yeah, man, of course. I'd rather see more racing than practicing. So for me, I'm a fan of it. And I haven't been unimpressed at all. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Fair enough. So we know Max can win it this evening. Is it a little bit of a letdown to win it in a sprint race, or is a win is a win?
I guess a win is a win, isn't it, at the end of the day? But if I was Max Verstappen, which I'm not, but if I was, I would want to win it tomorrow during the actual Grand Prix.
Sure.
But of course, he's very, very likely, 99% going to do it tonight.
I think it will happen. Dan, for you, Max all the way today?
Yeah, Max is going to win it tonight, isn't he? Let's be real. And I don't think he's going to sit there and be disappointed. He wants to win it as quickly as possible, doesn't he? As quickly as possible is this evening. I think, in an ideal world, he probably want to win it in dramatic circumstances. But I think Max Verstappen is just a winner, man. The mentality is elite. So for me, he's going to want to win it.
But how dramatic circumstances? Because he's won it in dramatic circumstances
before.
Can he win an all-world championship? I was saying this the other day. You can't do it without a bit of controversy.
Well, listen, this has been absolute whitewash, hasn't it, this year? Yeah. And he's head and shoulders above the rest for me. But I think that this will be, unless something crazy happens, I think it'll be tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about the qualifying, which happened a little bit earlier. I don't know if you watched it, the sprint shootout. Max starting from P3, obviously the quickest car. I'm sure he'll get to the front soon. But those McLaren boys are doing exceptional stuff. Dan, you mentioned.
Yeah, listen, I've been so impressed with them this year. They're the team that have really stepped up, because at the start you already thought Aston Martin would put up a bit of a challenge with the Red Bulls, and it's not really been that consistent. And Ferraris have been off the pace. There's been inconsistency with the Mercedes, but for me, man, like Lando and Piastri, big up to both of them, man, because that team has really, really improved. And I think now I'm looking back to the years where McLaren were right at the top, and I hope they can get back there, man, because I love McLaren.
They look like they're going there. Talia, like Piastri, rookie season, it's unbelievable what he's doing.
I know, it's incredible on the podiums. It's the whole thing is incredible. And I think you just mentioned it. At the beginning of the season, it was like Aston Martin were the ones that were. Yeah. I mean, they were really driving home with it. And then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, McLaren come up through the ranks and have not stopped. It's amazing to see, and it's amazing to see both of them, Piastri and Lando, both of them are doing so well.
And that's the thing, so a lot of teams are struggling. We look at Aston Martin, you mentioned it there, Alonso, I know he's a personal favourite of yours.
Yes.
Doing pretty well, doing well in these latter races, but Stroll, I mean, we saw it happen yesterday, he's having an absolute mare. So the driver pairing is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, but that's kind of, I guess, what's going on at the moment also with Red Bull.
Yeah.
You have Max Verstappen, and obviously Sergio Perez last season was flying again.
Sure.
He was battling with Charles Leclerc all season, but then this season it's like, well, yes, he's there, but where is he also,
Sure.
You see what happened yesterday?
Exactly, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think Checo, do you see him in a Red Bull car next year?
Not for me. Not for me.
No?
I've been so disappointed by him, man. I always thought he was an all-right driver.
Yeah.
I don't look at him in that elite bracket. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you get like the elite bracket, you talk about Alonso, you talk about Lewis, you talk about Max Verstappen, even Charles Leclerc, who's been a little bit disappointing, to be fair, this season. I've never put Perez in there. You mentioned Lance Stroll. I mean, if his dad wasn't running it, he would be in a car, would he? Let's be real.
Yeah,
the guy's not good enough, man. Come on. So for me, I've been disappointed. If you're in a Red Bull and you can't get through quali 2, the amount of times this guy can't, there's problems, mate. So
bare
for
minimum,
me,
you're into that Q3.
100, man. If I'm Christian Horner, I'm looking at who's about and who's looking to be the next one, because even they may as well just kept Gasly.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Like, or even look at Albon years before that.
Or Albon, exactly. Yeah.
Or Ricardo.
Or
Danny Rick over here.
Danny Rick, yeah.
You're wearing a Mercedes top this evening. Let's have a quick word on them. George starting P4 in the sprint this evening. Lewis down in P12, I believe it is. What's happening there?
Yeah, disappointing from Lewis, to be fair. And this is what happens at Mercedes. They get it right, then they get it wrong again. They can't have any consistency this season, and I think that's been a big problem. We saw last season George actually out-qualified Lewis quite a bit, and that's not really happened this season. He's not had a flyer this year, and I expected him to continue that. So it's just been too up and down for me, Mercedes, this year, and I wonder what they're doing in relation to next season already.
Do you think they're looking ahead?
I think they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when you look at what Max has done so far, in about a lap race 7, you start looking at next season, don't you?
Game over.
It's game over here. But for me, mate, I think Lewis will be disappointed with that. I'll be really interested to see what he can do. I mean, it's only 19 laps, but he's got a quick car still. Well, it could be good. This midfield battle could be good, man.
And when the grid's out of position as well, it makes it exciting.
Of course it does.
What's your views on the sprint race? You know, we heard Dan saying he likes it. Do you like it? For me, sometimes it can feel like an extension of the drivers' parade. It's just a few laps of the circuit before the main event on the Sunday. Do you like it? Can it work for you? Does it need some changes?
I think it does work, and I think it's good, and I think that's the thing a lot of the fans want to see it. But I think, I mean, it works, of course, and it's great, and it's always interesting to see because Piastri is on pole, and the way that things change so drastically between the two, qualifying and then the race, is what is so interesting. But I mean, yeah, I enjoy it, but obviously it's, we all love the Grand Prix, but it's good, and like I said, it's good that they have only a few.
Yeah.
If they were doing it all the time, I think it would just be too much. Yeah.
And racing, as you say, is much better than practicing.
Yeah, of course. It's almost like this is a practice run for tomorrow.
Absolutely. A little bit of a dress rehearsal before the main event
definitely.
Tomorrow. Which is, again, why it's a shame that if Max wins it tonight, tomorrow is the main event, and he's not going to do it there. Ferrari, they're your team. You're a big fan of
they are.
Scuderia. Rate their season and coming into this weekend. Have you been impressed?
Do I have to?
They've had a couple of good weeks, to be fair.
Yeah, obviously. Science in Singapore, that was fantastic, and I was very happy for him.
Yeah.
And you could see how happy he was. That was a great one. It's been a hard season, I think, because obviously with last season with Charles Leclerc coming second, I had really big high hopes for him this season. You know, obviously there was, Max was most likely going to win it, but I had this good feeling about Charles. But it is a shame to see where the season's going, and I don't know what's going on. I talk to people about it, and we just can't seem to figure out what's going on.
Do you think it is a case that Max won it, as you say, very early on? Realistically, he was no catching him. Are all the teams just thinking about next year? There's no focus on the current season, and the only team that have focused, McLaren, have seen massive improvements.
I think what the shame is, and I remember seeing on social media, I don't know, a few months ago now, and it was something that was it says something like, at the moment, the Grand Prix of Formula One is a winner with a procession of 19 cars after, trying to figure out how they can come in order behind Max Verstappen.
That is it, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, same kind of question for you then. Ferrari, how they looking, and has everyone moved on to next year already, even months ago? Yeah,
I think so. To answer the latter question first, I think Ferrari tactically are shambles, man. Let's be real, they got 2 all right drivers there, but for me, I don't get what they do tactically. They get it wrong, don't they? Their pit stops, they get wrong. Their strategies, they get wrong.
Did you just say they're just all right drivers?
Yeah, I mean,
did you say that?
I like Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz is
just an all right driver.
He's done well this year, Carlos Sainz, as it goes.
For me, I think the only driver that's not a rebel to win as well.
I don't know. I've just never looked at him and gone, wow. That's all I'm saying. But I know you don't like that. Listen, I think next season is key for people like that, for teams like that, to try and get it right. They've got a lot wrong again this season, and last season we saw races they should have won that they just threw away. They've done well in the last couple, I think, so they've picked it up. But for me, the team that have really, really interested me the most has been McLaren, because they've really, latter part of the season now, started to compete. And I would always fancy throwing some money on Lando for a podium of late, because he just seems to get it right in the races. So I've been impressed with McLaren. And I like McLaren as well, man, because they used to be my team. So
yeah. Just
they
follows
used
Lewis
to be.
wherever he goes.
Well, Lewis is obviously my guy.
You are right. I mean, Lando in particular, there's been a lot of eyes and talk about him moving to maybe Red Bull if Sergio Perez does move on, if they move him on. But why would you leave McLaren right now? They're a team going up. You've got 2 fantastic young drivers. If I'm Lando Norris, I'd stay with Zach Brown and continue.
Yeah, I don't think Lando's going to go. Not next season, at least. I think, and I think personally, obviously, I don't know what it's like to have a relationship in the sense with your, team leader and things like that. But I think him and Zach Brown seem to have quite a good relationship, and I just don't think he'd leave, at least just yet.
No, if it was maybe how they started the season, finishing right at the bottom, he might have gone. You mentioned McLaren there, they've been incredible. They start P1 and P2 in the sprint today, Oscar Piastri on pole. The session was actually delayed by 20 minutes today because of track limits, and they were adjusting the track a little bit. They changed it round. Did you watch the qualifying last night? It was outrageous. Everyone going off. I mean, Oscar ended up getting interviewed to say he was 3rd on the grid. Actually, he was dropped to 6th because of track limits.
During the interview as well.
How embarrassing.
That is.
Bless him as well. He did the whole thing and they just went, "Oh, you're in P6." Went, all right, fair enough.
He was like, okay, I guess I'll do this next time.
And Lando as well, has he gone?
Lando was meant to be, I think, P2, and then he dropped down to P10.
He's now 10.
George moved up, and then obviously Lewis. So
I get it though. I do kind of get it, because years ago, if you did that, you were dead.
Yeah.
Like, no, real talk. Like in those cars, those days, done. Like you're not just your race is over, you're over. So I get it because everyone will just keep going off all the time. But yeah, it does kind of mess things up a bit, doesn't it? Because you look at the grid, and second place, Lando's buzzing. Next minute, he's 10th for gigs. It just went up a bit. It's like, wow, how do we keep up with this? But yeah, interesting, man.
And it'd be interesting to see, they've changed that track a little bit, and the McLarens have actually flown at the traps this morning when they did the sprint, so it'd be interesting to see that. Now, I made a comment when I did the preview on Thursday that you're not going to like this, Dan, I'll let you know. I may have commented and said that George Russell right now is the better driver than Lewis Hamilton, as in right now.
As in, like, this race weekend.
Yes, and I don't think it came across particularly clear because quite a lot of hate. But he starts on P4 today, George, and Lewis down in P12. And we heard on the radio a little bit earlier on, George Russell urging the team to make a decision, don't overthink it. Is there a worry with George Russell? We saw what happened in Singapore when he went into the wall. He thinks he's the number one. He thinks he can take over Lewis Hamilton. Is he a bit ahead of his time?
I don't think that's a worry.
No.
I think that's good as far as George is concerned. You've got to want to be the best. And for me, I think he's got a very, very talented future ahead of him.
Yeah.
He's got a very bright future. I think if you're looking at him trying to emulate something that Lewis Hamilton's done, if you give him half of what Lewis has done, he'd take it now.
Yeah.
Like, the guy is up, for me, one of the best ever. You can debate whether him and Schumacher or Senna were the best for all day long. Different eras, it's hard to compare, I think, sometimes. But for me, George Russell, I think he wants to be the number one driver. I think last season, probably, he had more of a shout to be the number one driver. This season, I think he's come back down to Lewis, where Lewis, or maybe Lewis has caught up one of their way.
Lewis has credit in the bank as well.
Lewis got plenty of credit in the bank. And to be fair, Lewis, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's kind of given up because he knows the car isn't good enough, but I've just not seen the same hunger in his eyes since he lost the way that he lost. Against Max, which to be fair I'm not saying it's just because I'm a Lewis fan, that was embarrassing.
Oh, it was ludicrous.
Absolute farce. Best season I've ever seen in Formula One.
Absolutely.
To end like that, come on, man, no wonder the game got sacked.
And it brought a lot of fans to the sport as well.
Of course it did. Drive to Survive.
It embarrassed itself, really.
It was a shambles, absolute shambles, you know, it really was. And listen, they needed a miracle, but really it's like being 10-0 up and saying next goal wins. Do you know what I mean? It was absolute shambles.
Tottenham Liverpool?
Yeah, exactly, man.
I'll ask both of you this question. I'll ask Matisse on the show on Thursday. He's obviously a big Mercedes, big Lewis fan. Can you see a world where he wins another world championship, Lewis Hamilton? Is it gone? Has that ship sailed?
I reckon it has, yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
I reckon it has. I reckon Mercedes will climb back up, but not in the next... you never know, but I do think Red Bull are just firing at the moment.
Yeah, I do. And I don't know how long Lewis is going to stay in the sport for. You know, I really don't. It looks like he's happy at Mercedes to see his time out. I don't know how old he is. Is he like 37, 38?
He's younger than Alonso.
He's getting... I think everyone's younger than Alonso.
Knowledge there on the Alonso.
I actually know how old he is.
How old's Alonso?
41?
Yeah, but I can't remember. He might be 42 now because he had a birthday recently.
Okay. Not that you're obsessed or anything.
No.
I sent him a card.
I don't see it. I think at the moment Red Bull and Max are just too strong. Man.
Yeah, and I'm probably with you on that one. A lot of drivers were under investigation in the second part of qualifying today. In fact, I'll tell you how many. Hamilton, Gasly, Lawson, Sargent, Tsunoda, Stroll and Albon all investigated after the session because they were not completing that maximum delta time. So we saw it again yesterday, do they just need to increase the time? It seems to be happening so much. You know, they're not driving slow on purpose.
No, that's a serious amount of drivers. That would tell you something, wouldn't it?
It's not a one-off.
Yeah, that would tell you it's not a one-off. So maybe they need to look into that, man. That's an extreme amount of drivers.
I know, it's outrageous, really. More doing it than not. For you, when you look at qualifying, it can become quite tactical sometimes, can't it? You know, people slowing down, trying to increase the gap between them and the car. But maybe they just need to make a longer time. Do you agree?
A longer time, what, to get round?
To get round when they're not on their flying lap.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? They're all, when they're racing, they're all just, obviously you're all trying to outrace each other, but you're trying to, tactically do it so the people behind you aren't, or ahead of you, they're, not going to beat you.
Absolutely, yeah. We're about 15 minutes away now from the start of the sprint. We can see that the drivers are starting to arrive. There's my boy, George Russell, getting interviewed on the way to the
Interesting selection of glasses.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
I'm looking at that.
I was wondering who it was, if I'm honest.
We can
Are you
see
serious?
No, I'm joking, but it was
and also,
like...
sunglasses,
extreme.
the sun is set over in Qatar.
Yeah, it's pretty dark there, isn't it?
But Norris was able to top the times in that opening lap of the second one, going 0.2 faster than Max Verstappen. Max has had some really big gaps, and we've seen that half a second, I think, yesterday in the original qualifying. But McLaren, they're not just getting to Red Bull, they're actually getting some distance between them. Can they hold on for 19 laps? Is it short enough to hold off Max Verstappen, or is Max going to come and take them?
That's the question, isn't it? Is it short enough to hold? Because if this was a long race, he'd get through eventually. But no, is it short enough? Is an interesting question because we don't know. We will see today.
I think Max will take him, but what lap, Dan? How long is it going to take him to get his way to the front of this queue?
I mean, I'd love to say that they could hold off. Yeah, if I'm honest.
I hope,
19. I'd like to see that. 19 laps is not terribly short, but at the same time, it's enough for this guy to go and even if it was 10 laps, I still wouldn't put it past him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to think they can. I'd like to see this front three go at it, and I'd like to see the McLarens hold him off for
maybe work together in a way if they can.
I reckon they're going to.
I'd like to see that. I think Lando is just not that guy to work with Piastri, though. I think he wants to go win it, So,
it's interesting you say that.
Yeah, well, both of them, and so I think Piastri would be like that as well. But 10?
10?
Yeah, 10, 11, something like that.
You could do it twice. He's got enough time.
Yeah, I don't see it being like... I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'll pick up on the point you just said about Lando Norris. I saw on McLaren's social media, literally, he got out of the car, P2, fantastic performance. He didn't look happy because he knows he's that number one driver. He won't settle for anything less.
Yeah, and I think he's come. We saw the qualifier, and he said, "Sometimes I'm so," and he swore.
Yes.
Because he was so frustrated with himself. I think he was looking for perfection all the time. I like that though. I can't lie. I like that, man. It's elite mentality for me, and you wanna. When you come, he might walk away thinking, "I'm happy with that front row. I'll take that." He doesn't. He wants more. Do you know what I mean? I love that, man. I love that.
Talia, can you see it becoming a problem between the two McLaren drivers? Maybe the rest of the season, maybe long term as well. We've seen it sometimes. I remember Silverstone when Sainz won last year as well. The two Ferraris on the radio going, "Is he going to let me pass? Is he not? Where's the team orders?" And that was a big criticism of Ferrari. Could it be a problem for these McLaren boys getting in each other's way?
So when you were just talking about that, I was thinking a very similar thought, but I was thinking of, well, maybe the reason that Lando is, quite upset is because he wants, pole so he can shoot across, and win the race, whereas being behind his teammate, it's like, well, he knows the teammate has to listen to orders. He has to listen to orders, maybe
True.
to keep Max off rather than speeding around the teammate. It's keeping Max off. Maybe that's what, does that make sense?
Absolutely,
he wants to be the one that's ahead trying to do it rather than the one behind trying to keep Max behind.
Yeah, no, I totally get you. I think it'll be really interesting to see what they do, McLaren, because are they looking to be the team that stopped Max Verstappen getting to the front on his victorious day? But I don't know. I think they'll let them fight it out. Hopefully, it should be really exciting. Let's talk about some of the other teams quickly before we start. We're just over 10 minutes away now. Williams, they've had Albon's had a pretty decent season. Logan Sargent, what's our thoughts on him? Puts it in the wall 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
is he out of a seat? Is he there next year?
It's not happening for him, is it?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it doesn't work in Formula 1 for people. And it doesn't look like it's worked for him, man. But Alex Albon, listen, fair play, man. I've been very, very impressed. And I think when you look at it, for me, he's probably one of the drivers that people forgot about.
Yeah.
And obviously at Red Bull, didn't really work for him there. Sometimes it takes a few seasons. Pierre Gasly, exactly the same for me. But yeah, Albon, I've really liked his races so far. And then for me, he's been, when you look at points, he's always in and around that. And I think that's how far he has come with Williams. Because they were the ones that you're looking at in the bottom two, weren't they? Let's be real.
All the time.
Not long ago.
But now Albon's is putting it into that final qualifying session quite a lot. Thoughts on Williams and Logan Sargent? Is there any way that he can be in a seat next year, or are we going to see someone else in that Williams?
I think we're more likely to see someone in another seat, but again, you never know what happens with these teams. They might want to keep him for one more season. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So there's a chance that he probably won't, but like I said, we don't know.
Exactly. A lot of love for you, Dan, in the live chat.
Oh wow, I'll take that.
Someone just saying, we spoke about it a little bit earlier, but your thoughts again, Lewis winning another title before retirement. You don't see it happening, you do see it happening?
I'd love to say yes. At the moment, I only see one guy winning the race, man, and it's Max. And unfortunately, that Red Bull looks too good. I'm a bit disappointed to see what Mercedes have done since the reaction of Lewis losing in the last race. I think, for me, I really would have seen that. Love to have seen a bounce back. Yeah. I think it's affected everybody, man. I really do. I think there's a lot in Formula 1 about your mental state.
Absolutely,
and for me, 100, man. And I think for me, Lewis and the team have been knocked by that. And it doesn't help that Red Bull have taken it to another level. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely to another level. So I hope they can bounce back. But for me, I'm putting my money on Max.
I remember Toto coming out at the end of that season saying everyone's got a target on their back. And then they were worse than I've seen them in recent years.
I remember
it just hasn't worked for them, has it?
Yeah, it really hasn't worked from that season. And I think it is a mental thing.
Yeah.
Something so easily can just switch your brain and that's it.
Yeah. Also asking why you're watching this fraudulent sport, Dan.
Why am I watching this sport?
Apparently so. That's what
Wow.
they're asking.
I mean, listen, I love Formula One. Absolutely
Yeah, but there's
love
football
it.
on tonight.
There is football on, yeah, but you know what?
But this is where we could have a world
Forest,
champion
exactly,
and another one
man.
born tonight.
Forest and Palace can wait. This is more important for
It's
me.
all
man.
about Formula One. If you've just joined us, good evening. This is On Track GP. We are 10 minutes away from the start of the Qatar sprint race. Let's get some predictions down, guys. So, Oscar Piastri, P1. P2 is Lando Norris, Max Verstappen in P3, George Russell P4. Let's write down our predictions for our top three, how it's going to end, 19 laps time, what we think it. I don't want to be controversial. I think this time we'll just keep it nice and simple. Pop yours in the comments as well if you're watching along at home this evening. Who is your top three for the sprint race this evening? Oh. Handwriting's awful as well, to read this out. Right, we done?
Mm-hmm.
Tally, you go first. Who's your top three?
So I've done Max, then Lando, then Oscar.
Oh! Contra. No, it's not good for you. Your top three?
Max gets it for me. I've gone Piastri to Nick Lando, though.
I've gone the same. I've gone first names terms as well. Max.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
because I'm
that.
that close to them. We're like this.
I kind of forgot to put Oscar, but I went with Max and
It's
Lando.
only his first year. You might...
Maybe I forgot his name there slightly. or
So
something, I don't know.
we're all predicting Max is going to get to the front before those 19
Yeah.
laps.
I reckon around 7.
Sure, and you don't see Russell or anyone else from second, third row.
Nah, I just
pushing
think
them?
they've proven McLaren and the Red Bull that they're quicker than the Mercedes and Ferrari, so I can't see anybody else nicking in there. So for me, I think that would be fair. I'm not going to sit there and say that I wouldn't be unbelievably shocked if McLaren won this race. I really would not. I wouldn't be like, wow, how have they done that? Because I think with 19 laps, you keep things disciplined. You can do that. And like we said earlier, maybe they will look at it and say, let's try and get a 1-2 here.
Absolutely.
And keep Max at bay, but he's so good, man.
So good.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's nice to see. Isn't Hulkenberg up there somewhere?
Yeah,
Isn't
and I
he?
think Bottas had a decent qualifying himself yesterday getting into Q3. It is nice. I know we focus a lot of our attention, don't we, on Max, and we have done all season, but it's been a really interesting Formula One season.
Listen, if
below
Max,
Red Bull.
if Max wasn't part of this season, this would be one of the best seasons ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, it would be incredible, you know, it really would, because the midfield has been outstanding in parts, but yeah, man, he's just too good, man. He's taken it to another level for me.
Let's stick with Max Verstappen then, so he can win his third title in as many seasons. Some controversial ones in Abu Dhabi, then there was confusion if he'd won it in Japan last year.
Yes.
So now he's going to win it on a Saturday, so he can't win a normal title, bless him. But here's a stat for you. 2012 was the last time McLaren locked out the front row of a race in Formula One. That year, Colin, am I right in saying there was a Red Bull champion on that very day? So it's a beautiful omen.
Wow.
Red Bull champion.
Triple champion.
Triple champion. So it's
Sebastian
even
Vettel,
more.
I
Exactly,
guess.
very true. So 2012, McLaren lock out the front row and a Red Bull driver becomes a triple world champion. It's inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to happen today.
Yeah.
Quick words on Max and his season and his legacy already maybe in Formula One. He's still relatively young in terms of a lot of the drivers. A third championship. Can he go and be as great as your Schumachers, your Hamiltons, your people like that?
Yeah, I think he should. I think he'll aim for that. You've seen the mentality of the kid already. He's absolutely fearless at the age of 18, 19 when he come on the scene. I think in one of the races he first won, he wasn't allowed the champagne because he was so young. So,
It's like Jude Bellingham, wasn't it?
100. He's got everything that you need to be the very best. I'd be very shocked if he ends his career and we're not putting him in the same bracket as Schumacher, Hamilton, Senna, Fangio,
All the great
Vettel,
drivers.
those
Yeah,
names
yeah.
for me. Yeah, he's outstanding.
Talia, can you just sum up into words Max Verstappen? What's so special about him? What do you enjoy watching him? Are you a hater? I mean, you're a Lewis fan and you quite like him, which is a rarity.
I like him. I don't like Christian Horner. That's my issue. I can't stand that guy. But
do you
you've got
like
to respect
Max
it.
Verstappen? I mean, obviously you're a big Ferrari fan and Leclerc. That was a bit of a battle last year, but he's amazing, isn't he, Max
I
Verstappen?
think Max Verstappen is amazing. He is just world class. I really, really like him. And I think he's just hungry and he's determined. Okay, he might not be a team player. Is how I see it. But he's a guy that is going out for what he wants and just won't stop at anything. And yeah, you know, some people like that, some people don't. But at the end of the day, he is fantastic at what he does.
And he's so driven.
Yeah, literally. He is. He really, really is. And that's what everyone says. You know, people say about him, you know, well, him and Perez, you know, but being in the same car, well, obviously, look at him. He's absolutely storming it. And where's Perez at the moment? So, yes, he obviously climbs up and comes second quite a bit. But He is absolutely incredible, Max Verstappen, and I do hope he continues to win because I just think he deserves it.
You know, regardless of what people think about him and how he won that first title and things like that, you've just got to sometimes sit back and go, that is someone at the top of their game in any walk of life, in any sport, an elite athlete. It's a pleasure to watch, and hopefully we're going to see that tonight.
Yeah, listen, I think the biggest compliment I can give him, if everybody had the same car, let's say it's that Red Bull, I still think that this season he'd come out on top of the others. I think he'd beat Lewis, Alonso, all the other top drivers, because he's just got something special about him this year, man. So that's the biggest compliment I can give him. I'm not going to say he's the greatest of all time, because I think there's loads to do for that. But certainly, I've been very impressed. The last 3 have been outstanding for me.
So then, if you think everyone had the same car, what do you think? What do you think 1, 2, 3 would be if everyone had the same car?
I do think Max would top it, just because we spoke about confidence, and it breeds confidence, and he feels at one with that car. But I'd put Lewis in the top 3.
Lewis, Alonso, and Max for me in the top 3.
Yeah. I think Norris would be close. I know.
Yeah, I think Lando. Maybe we've done a bit. Yeah, I think we've done a bit of disservice there actually, because Lando has been very impressive. But
they're ultimately all good drivers, aren't they? You know.
I think it's because those 3 are world champions. They've proven they can do it at the top level consistently. Absolutely. And I think Lando's still a way to go, same as George, but and Charles Leclerc as well. But I think for me, those 3 are the elite ones. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Should we talk about this? Because we might need this in not too long. Go-to karaoke song for the both of you. You might need it. So we've got a little wheel here. We're going to spin, I think, every couple of laps. And if we predict at the end of each lap who our top 3 is going to be, can we see it changing? Because it could be a chaotic race today. We've got sand on the track. We've got people exceeding track limits left, right and centre. Could be a bit of carnage. So we might have to be doing a lot of these. Talia, what scares you the most about that wheel?
Probably the beatboxing.
Beatboxing. Not going to give us a little preview?
No, not until I land on it.
Dang, are you a bit of a singer?
I'd rather sing than beatbox.
Would you?
If I'm honest, I don't
Bit of
want to
Whitney
dance.
Houston.
Really?
Bit of Whitney, good stuff.
Bit of Whitney Houston. Want to dance with somebody? There you go.
You fancy me singing? I mean, I haven't done a push-up for a while, which you can probably tell. So 5 of them. Wow. Okay, maybe. But yeah, beatboxing's the one. I'm not sure I've ever done it, if I'm honest.
Well, hopefully we're about to find out. Right, we are nearly time to go live at the Qatar sprint race. It's very exciting. A chance to see Max Verstappen become a world champion in the exact city that Leo Messi became world champion with Argentina as well. It is a home of world champions. Colin, you're in.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are we?
Well, we're fantastic.
Good,
we're back to seeing you.
Ready to go sprinting in Qatar?
Yes.
So just a little note as we get ready to start the race. There's a bit of a headwind going into the first corner, which means that the DRS will be a little bit more powerful than usual. So keep an eye out in that first corner when we get underway. There could be a good few overtakes going in there when the DRS is activated.
Nice. It's like on Countdown going to Dictionary Corner with Colin.
Yeah,
there was knowledge in the corner there. I absolutely love that. And we're just seeing those opening shots of the track. It's a beautiful track, isn't it? Have a look at that. In the middle of the desert. Sand everywhere. Let's take a look at our grid then. So Logan Sargent's in 20th, Kevin Magnussen at 19. Sargent familiar with the back of the grid now. I wonder what he can do today. Yuki Tsunoda in 18th, Alex Albon in 17th. Once again out qualifying Logan Sargent. That's not a surprise there. Looking further down, Lance Stroll. He's had a terrible season, Dan.
Yeah, he has, and it's best I not speak.
Best I not speak. Zhou Guanyu in 15th. Liam Lawson, he's been fantastic. I know you're a fan of Danny Ricciardo. He needs to get back soon before Liam Lawson keeps doing good things.
100%.
He's in 14th. That's Valtteri Bottas in 13th. Lewis Hamilton in 12th behind Pierre Gasly in 11th. Lewis has got a lot of work to do, but as you said, Dan, he's got a quick car. I reckon he can get back up there. Your favourite, Fernando Alonso, tallies in 9th. Esteban Ocon in 10th position. Now we get into a run of these. Sergio Perez in 8th behind Nico Hulkenberg. Both of them should not be there. Hulkenberg further back. Sergio
I like the
forward.
Hulkenberg 7th.
There we go.
Yeah, big up
the
Hulkenberg.
Ferraris.
The Ferrari boys in 6th and 5th. Carlos Sainz ahead of Charles Leclerc. Into our second row. George Russell in 4th. Potential world champion Max Verstappen for a 3rd time is in 3rd behind the McLaren boys.
It looks weird to see the 3rd by there.
It does. It's like it's been a typo. And the McLaren boys 2nd and 1st, which seems a good opportunity to get my hat out. Should I put my hat on now?
Go for it, man.
Go
Put
for
my
it.
McLaren hat on. I've sat on it, so it's gone like a flat cap. That's not good.
That's all right, mate. You'll make it work.
So also, shall I explain the signature?
Yeah, go
I
on.
think you should, yeah.
This is Sebastian Vettel's signature, the man who won his 3rd World Championship with Red Bull the last time McLaren were in the front 2. I got this signed at a Grand Prix by him a couple of years ago. It's I'll find the video and I can send it to you guys because it's on my Instagram. But it's one of my prized possessions, so I'll pop it on today.
Nice.
In the hope. Does that look all right? Yeah, there we go. Right, so Max Verstappen can win a 3rd World Championship. Is there any way, Talia, that he's not going to do it today?
Like a 0.0001 per chance. But no, I mean, he only has to come, I think, at least in the top, I think it's 6.
Something like that. I mean,
something,
Paris is so far
just to
back
get
as well.
some points.
Absolutely, and it's worth noting in that final SQ3 today, in sprint qualifying, he did have his first time deleted for track limits, so he's not immune to this difficult track, Max Verstappen. But I wonder if he'll be careful at the start of the race. Dan, what do you think? Because you don't want to get involved. If you don't get involved, we know he can win it later. If he tries to stick it down the inside lap 1, we're in trouble, aren't we?
Listen, if he gets to the corner and he's in P3, he's not going to panic.
No, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? If he plays this cool and he keeps it disciplined, he'll be the world champion tonight.
They've just started the formation lap. I was going to say he seemed to slow down there, but I prayed for a mechanical issue, but I don't think he's got one. They've all continued on for this formation lap. So we've got 19 laps of this circuit. It'll be over in a flash. Let's have a prediction. Any kind of safety cars, things going wrong? Do you think the likelihood of us having a stoppage, do you think it's going to happen today?
I think when it's such a short race, you almost just kind of say no.
Yeah. There's not a lot of risk. But one thing, the grid is somewhat out of order with Hamilton and Perez a little further back than they expect. So if they're going to try and make up some places, it could get a little bit messy.
I think we could see some action and some drama in midfield. I don't expect much to happen at the top, like that's people knocking each other off, but I do think that we'll see that. Lewis is the one for me. I'm not saying it because he's my favourite. Obviously, I want to see what he's doing. He's got Gasly and Ocon in front of him. He should be looking to get ahead of them. For me, the Alpines are a decent car, but I do think he's better. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what the sort of start he has,
And it's interesting to say no pit stops, or they don't need to make a pit stop unless something goes wrong. I think I saw Lewis there on the medium, so that would indicate that he's going to try and peak right towards the end. What tyre strategy would you look at, Talia, here? I mean, as a Ferrari, they'd probably look to employ you here. They need some help. Do we go soft from the start, try and get a quick start and then hold them off? But, tyres have been a problem in the past here. We saw that back in 2021.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'm not... It's almost like you'd...
But you don't have to stop. Strategy's less of a thing.
This is why
soft off we go.
Yeah, that's the thing. Soft or medium, probably.
Yeah.
Soft or medium. But yeah, it's just kind of... It's 19 laps, Most people make it through without having to change tyres on an actual Grand Prix, so...
I'm trying to see on the track, we're getting some close up the track now, if there is much sand about. It was a big problem in qualification yesterday. I've never driven a Formula 1 car, but I think driving on sand would be very
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll take that seat at Williams, I reckon. There's the Ferrari team. Obviously, change of leadership at Ferrari. Mm-hmm. Has it helped things somewhat? I think we're seeing a bit of improvement recently. Hello, there we go.
I felt like that was a big sigh, wasn't it? Look, that's the thing. I'm a Ferrari fan, and it's been a difficult season to be a Ferrari fan after last season. We all had such high hopes. I think maybe this is almost like a practice run again. And maybe, hopefully, next season it really starts to pick up again. So look,
for a lot of teams as well.
Yeah, for a lot of teams, but I think there's so much can happen now, especially towards the end of the season. But for especially for next.
That looks like Logan Sargent joining the back of the grid, so we're nearly ready to go. Just remind us of your top 3. I've got Max, Oscar, Lando.
Same.
Max, Lando, Oscar.
So the McLaren's turning, but we think Max is going to do it. On a night where Max Verstappen can be a triple world champion, the dusty deserts of Doha. I feel like Peter Jury. A bit of poetry there. So let's have a little look at this start. He could win it on a Saturday for the first time in history, but he's got to get past those McLaren boys. Oscar Piastri, big night for him, in front of the grid. I'm nervous. I'm not even in the car.
It actually kind of feels like the Grand Prix, doesn't it?
It does a little bit. It's like a shortened one. It's like a trailer for a big Hollywood movie. Here we go. So that is the last car there. The green flag is waving. We are ready to go in Qatar, the sprint race, a night where Max Verstappen can finally do it. 5 red lights. Here we go. We're underway. That felt slow. That felt really slow for Lando. It really was. Max has gone. That's a terrible start by Norris.
They've all come in.
Ferrari on the outside there. Oscar does go into turn 1.
George Russell.
Hold on, that's Russell. Max has fallen quite far back.
What Ferrari is that? In second,
so that's
third.
Russell
Ferrari's
second.
got right up here.
Who is that? Charles?
Both
Ferraris.
there.
Lando.
Whoa! Into the gravel we go. Oscar Piastri first. We got a yellow flag in sector 1. I can't even. I mean, where's Max Verstappen? Holds the front page, guys. He might not do it.
Maybe he didn't fancy it tonight.
So
maybe he wants to do it tomorrow.
Oscar got a good start there. Lando did not have a good start. Quite a few cars
Max
passed
is down
him.
to about 6th, right?
George Russell, then the 2 Ferraris.
Which car spun off?
I don't know. I think it's Lawson. I'm not entirely sure.
I think it is as well.
And that's heartbreaking for him when it's probably his final weekend with Danny Rick coming back next. I'll get confirmation.
Was it just the one? It was just the one that went off, right?
It was a big puff of smoke.
Yeah,
I don't think it was just one. Let's have a
Dust
look.
and sand.
Yeah, I reckon that was spinning into the sand.
here we
Yeah,
go.
it's Lawson.
It is Lawson.
It is
Well
Lawson,
done.
and he's
Wow.
not going anywhere as well.
He's
he's-
gravelled that,
yeah.
man. He's gravelled
Maybe he's
that.
gone one race too many. He should have stopped last week if he could.
Safety car.
Safety car is out early doors in lap
man.
1.
Oh, Lando's going to be gutted with that start.
It's not good from Lando. I don't know what's happened. We'll have to rewatch
Terrible
it.
start.
But
Really
Oscar,
slow.
He flew.
He flew. And fair play to George Russell, man.
Yeah.
And to
And the
Carlos
Ferrari's flying
Sainz
up
as
there.
well.
So Max must. So here we go. So it's Piastri leading Russell, then Sainz and Leclerc again. Verstappen in 5th. It's Lando Norris in 6th. Alonso down to 7th. Ocon, Hulkenberg and Perez make up the top 10. No movement for Gasly or Hamilton. And it is Lawson who's gone out and
he's
Tsunoda bringing up the
proper
rail.
that, isn't he?
I want a Haas driver to come up.
Do you? What's
Yeah,
that?
because I like them as a team.
Yeah, well,
I love Gunther, man. He's so fun.
I love the Haas. I
he's
love the
the biggest-
Haas.
Right, let's have a look at this sprint start again. So yeah, Oscar does well. It's not a good start for actually Lando or Max. So George gets past the both of them, and then that must be Sainz coming around the outside there. Leclerc just gets on the inside of Max and Lando. I mean, I don't know
Lando
what's
pushed
happened.
Max really loud. Alonso
Lando's not helped him there.
Do you know what? Alonso, fair play, man. That was a great bit of driving. He had to pull out of that, otherwise he's going to cause a 3-car pile-up.
Well, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, exactly. He knows what he's doing.
That was
Absolutely.
class. Absolute class bit of driving from Fernando Alonso.
But I think that was class from the Ferrari boys as well, because they both came
And
in.
they just went for an aggressive start.
Here we go. This is Lawson. This is how he's going to somehow... Does he get pushed off, or does he just completely
Just overshoots it,
lose
does he,
it?
a little bit?
I think he gets touched, don't he? Surely he gets touched to spin off like that.
You'd think so, but this track's so unpredictable, and as I was saying, sand... Oh, no, he's just lost
No,
it.
he
Unless he's touched
literally
from
just
behind, I
spun.
don't think he was.
Does he think he was touched there? I don't know.
And if it was, it might have been Yuki Tsunoda,
Tsunoda.
which could have been his teammate who was bringing up the rear there. This is Max start, dropped a couple of places on he's made an error.
Lando
Lots of
does
things.
not give him any space down here. You watch this, he comes across big time.
Look
Look.
at that. Wow.
He's like, nope.
Lando's like, I made a mistake, you'll make him on too.
You're coming down with me.
Yeah, exactly. But George Russell, let's give him, tell you what, I've backed George Russell from Thursday and people have been laughing at me. He's second. He's had a great start there, Dan. You've got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, listen, George, fair play to you, man. I'm a big fan, and I'm impressed by that start. But I must say, Lando and Max will be very disappointed with that start, man. That was very slow, and Oscar just flew. He just absolutely flew, man.
Tally, what are you saying about that start then?
Well, the thing is, I was about to say about the safety car, it obviously makes all the gaps a lot shorter for everybody. So
We're getting effectively another restart, really, hopefully a rolling one.
yeah.
And with not many laps in this race anyway, we don't want the safety car staying on too long because it's going to be eaten into those laps.
Surely they can get that car moved, like, just picked up. They'll have to pick
Seemed
that
pretty
up.
banked, didn't
So-
it? Lawson was out of it. Let's have a look. So still, green flag, we're off.
We're off.
So Oscar has got to defend from George Russell and the 2 Ferraris when they restart here. Green flag, he hasn't gone yet, has he? He's gone now. He's
Yeah, here
launched
they all
it.
come.
Here we go into that final corner.
Come on,
as we come
George.
down the straight. Here we go. So it's like all again on lap 2 and 19 in the sprint. Max Verstappen got work to do. As it stands, it's important to say he is world champion, sitting in 5th. He's okay with that.
Yeah, but Max has had his fair share of coming from the back
Alonso's
of the grid
going to have
to the
Norris
top.
here. Alonso's going to have Norris.
You're absolutely right. Oh, no, Norris holds off. He
he's
does
done
well
well,
there,
he's done
Lando.
well, he's done well.
very well. Alonso proving that Aston Martin's still got a fair bit of drive in it.
Class, man.
It's
He's
Lance.
class.
He's letting them down.
Yeah, he is.
Well, let's be real.
Don't see any movements at the moment. Piastri still holding off. Bottas
He's
has
going
just
again.
got past-
Alonso's going again. Oh, my
he's gone
God.
for it. He's absolutely thrown it down the inside. But Lando,
He's going to keep going for it.
he's got him.
He's going to beat
got
him
him.
here, surely.
This is great racing.
He's quicker.
Oh, George is that George
Is that
at the front?
George?
George has gone to the front of the Grand Prix.
Get in there. Ah,
I'm
George,
not
wait.
wearing a McLaren hat, but I'm really quite pleased with that. That's good stuff from George Russell. Made up 3 places. He's leading. Ocon ahead of Alonso. So Alonso was too busy worrying about Norris.
He was worried.
And
I actually
Ocon.
thought was going on. I don't know how I saw that. I thought that was
Someone
the
came
Alonso.
round.
Yeah,
And they switched the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Russell leads the Qatar sprint
on,
race with
Russell.
Oscar Piastri. Let's have a look at this move. Does Oscar Piastri make a mistake on this? Oh, hold on, what's happened there? George just thrown it down the inside. It's great driving.
It's great driving. I'm not quite sure where Piastri's going there,
Russell's
but
on. Oh, there you go. Russell on
big
the radio.
move. Come
Big
on.
move, come on.
Go
Big
on,
move.
Russell.
You love at your own height, man, don't you? Good
Mate,
stuff from George there.
Love it, man. That's a great start.
And he goes back to what we were saying about he's confident in himself.
Yeah,
And that's
man. It's
important.
it's big up to him. Big up to him.
Oh! Oh!
Surprise! Logan Sargent
Logan
can't keep it on the
Sargent.
track yet again.
Oh dear.
What the
Tally,
hell,
what's
man?
happened
Surely
there?
that's not going to be another safety
He's
car,
just
is
lost it,
it?
hasn't he?
I have no idea what's going on.
That's a mistake again.
That was just that's a mistake. That's just another mistake.
It's like back to the days of Nicholas and Latifi. Oh, it might be. It's another safety car.
And there we were like, it's only 19 laps. It's fine.
I think George would be well happy about that.
Yes, he will.
But then everyone's going to come closer again because Russell was straight ahead.
I think that Piastri's, he's...
Let's. I'll tell you what. Let's have a little look at this spin the wheel while we got a safety car. Hold on, Colin's going to come in. Dictionary corner. He's off.
So obviously we've seen a couple of cars into the gravel. It seems to be quite a big issue with grip on the track at the minute. At the start of the lap, obviously we've seen Lewis Hamilton get really tail happy coming out of the first corner, and there was a bit of dust everywhere. So this looks to be like it's going to be a common thing that happened throughout the race. The driver's going to have to be careful.
So second safety car, but it might not be the last.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. Yeah, and we saw it a little bit in qualifying with exceeding track limits. But when you're going full pace in a race, in a short sprint race, they've got to give everything. And look at the track. I know they've relayed it for this year. It's like marble. Doesn't look like it's drivable at all. No grip.
The night tracks are so good to watch, man. I can't lie. They look so good. Like Singapore is obviously another one.
Race as well. Let's look at this then. So the current top three, we've got Russell, Piastri, and Sainz. There's already been a lot of change. At the end of lap 6, I'll come back to you, Talia. What's the top three going to be there? If you get it wrong, you're on the wheel.
The end of lap 6.
Couple of laps time. Is it still going to be Russell, Piastri?
Even if we have a safety car for the next 2 laps.
Absolutely.
Then why don't we do lap 8?
Okay, let's give ourselves
just in case the safety car comes out.
Fair enough, which is quite likely. So what's your top 3 in 4 laps time?
I'm going to wait for the little...
to come back on.
The little table to come back on.
But it'll be interesting to see if Russell can hold because, the McLarens are quicker. The Ferraris look pretty quick as well tonight.
I don't reckon Piastri's going to go back to pole.
You think he had his chance and he's blown it?
Yeah,
Oscar!
I'm afraid so. I do. I think George will probably hold out. I reckon Carlos Sainz will.
Max needs to get moving. As we said, there's not a huge amount. So there's your list. What's it going to be in 4?
I think Russell, Sainz, Piastri.
Right, so Sainz are going to go to second, and if that's not the case, we're spinning this and you're doing something.
Hey.
Dan, your top 3?
I'm keeping it. I reckon Russell will hold, and I think Oscar will keep Carlos Sainz at bay, but I'm going to stick with it as it is. I'm going to go Russell, Piastri, Sainz for lap 8.
Fair enough. Let's have a look at this radio from Sainz. I can't quite see that. What's going on there, Colin?
It was a...
I can't read that. Black on... Who puts black on red?
Black on red? F on TV. Sort yourself out.
What's all that about? White is fine.
Something about the settings.
He's not happy.
Be okay.
I can't
he's in third. I can see...
I love this camera.
Yes, the driver.
Yeah, they do when they do it inside the helmet. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, Leslie and Lawson speaking to his engineers. That's a shame. His final Grand Prix tomorrow. Hopefully he can complete it. I'm going to go Russell still to be at the top, and then I'm going to go Piastri and Verstappen.
Nice.
Verstappen in 4 laps is going to get past the Ferraris.
Okay, so we've all done something different.
And if not, it's going to be ripped off.
I think you played it too safe.
Yeah, but it was because it was lap 8. If it was lap 12, I might have said something different.
Well, let's see. If the safety...
I don't want to move the goalpost now.
I know, you said it, you said it.
Safety car is going to get to lap 6, like a safety car, do you know what I'm saying?
Here we go. I think, let's see if we're coming out on this one. I don't know. But Max Verstappen down in 5th.
I reckon he's going to climb, but not just yet.
I played it safe, so I did have to beatbox if I'm real.
Well,
you're not allowed to play it safe next one then.
Listen, the wheel might not choose that. It might be asking you to cut a rug and do a bit of dancing for us.
Listen, I'd rather do that than beatbox.
Do you think? Right, so it's Russell, Piastri, Sainz, Leclerc, and Verstappen is the top 5. Norris, a terrible start. He's down in 6th. Hulkenberg still in that top 10, which is great to see. Perez and Hamilton 11th and 12th, not making much movement. But in fairness, hasn't been a big chance to. Lance Stroll, what's he done wrong now? Let's have a look.
He's not having a great
weekend. It's just a shot. He just lost it.
Sorry, this guy is not good enough for Formula 1.
Who, Lance Stroll?
What actually happened there? No,
it wasn't Stroll.
Sargent. Wasn't that Sargent?
No, that was Lawson. That was Lawson.
I think they both just span.
I'll take it back. They didn't get hit there though, did he? He didn't get hit there, did he?
I don't think he did.
Here we go. So they're just clearing the Williams. Logan Sargent, not for the first time.
I mean, Logan Sargent, let's be real.
Lost balance and grip as he turned.
Collins back in.
So I have got the radio message from Carlos Sainz for you guys. It turns out that he has a misfire. He's told the team, fix the misfire or I'm going to lose position.
Oh.
The team are fairly confident that it was just what they call a surge event, and they've changed a couple of settings and it should be okay. And also, Piastri's been on the radio to McLaren about the tyres, and McLaren basically said back to him, it's looking good for the softs at the minute, but the grip will come to the medium runners towards the end.
Right. So as we thought,
go on, Lewis.
Going. Yeah, Lewis gone for the medium. It might just pay off. My only thing is now that safety car for maybe about half the laps we've had, if
it's
not
mad.
more.
It's half a race pretty much in a minute.
We've got 13 laps to go. There's not a lot of time for movement. This would be the only thing I would say about the sprint. Maybe it should be a different format. Like I've always thought, do a reverse grid. So put Logan Sargent at the front on a sprint race. And
That's good
do you imagine how
fun.
good that would be? Because
that's
they crash
very
off in the
fun.
first couple of corners.
That's
so.
very fun, actually.
Well, I remember GP2 used to do something similar to that because I remember 2007. That was when Lewis first came on the scene. They said, I said, who the hell is this guy? They said he's going to McLaren next year, and he won the GP2 race. And then when he won it back then, he used to go back 10 places. So he was 11th, and he won it again from 11th.
Fair.
And I thought this kid's going to be good.
Yeah.
And he went on to be one of the
rest
best
is
ever.
history.
Yeah, man.
This is Lando's start. He just doesn't get it right. He just doesn't get it right. And I wonder if it's because he's putting too much pressure on himself to get past Oscar, thinking, I'm
I
number
reckon
one.
he is.
He's had a shocker, man.
He's
I can't lie.
and it's not good. And Max also not looking great himself. There's some big moves though. Yeah, the reaction time. Verstappen was quicker than Norris. He's had a bad start.
It's the only
It's
thing I'll say about
Ferraris.
Lando, I love him, but he can get a bit too emotional, and I think he can lose
A
his
little
head a
bit.
bit. You
A
know?
little bit.
See, this is with Charles Leclerc going around, and that's Carlos Sainz ahead.
You must be pleased with Ferrari fan. I think it's been a decent start for
I am
Yeah,
very
it has.
pleased.
It's been good
Ferrari
so far
boys.
for them.
I am very pleased. I'd like to see them both on you know.
Look at this, they're proper going at it here.
It's been good racing and for what we've seen.
But they do race each other sometimes.
And that can be a downfall for Ferrari.
They do, yeah, they do race each other.
That's all right, though, man.
So let's have a look.
Nah, we don't mind.
Safety car is ending. It is the end of lap 6.
they're crawling.
We'll
Look at
play
this.
this wheel after we've had one more lap of racing,
Yes, we get into lap 8.
which is slightly concerning for me because Verstappen now needs to make 2 places up in about 20 seconds.
So I have a feeling you and I might be spinning.
Could be a duet.
Yeah, I could
could
do
be
a
a duet.
Yeah,
duet.
we all could be. It might go
Here we
wrong
go.
for
We've got
Sainz.
racing again. Green flag. Off we go. Oh, what a start from George Russell. He's absolutely launched
Carlos Sainz is actually
Piastri,
right by
Sainz,
Piastri here as well.
Leclerc.
Come on,
Sainz not
Carlos.
showing any of those issues he was on the radio about. Max chasing him down. Here we go. Some big
Piastri's
moves. Oh, here
struggling.
we go.
Piastri's
Sainz
struggling with
past
grip.
Piastri.
He's struggling with
I
grip
don't
there.
know what Oscar's done there. He's gone out
Sainz is
to
flying.
deflect, and it's
Yes!
Sainz past.
Sainz is
Oscar. No,
flying.
Oscar's back in front. Oh, Oscar!
Oh, wow.
You beauty!
Wow.
Back in front of
Piastri.
Sainz, Leclerc in fourth for
Fair play.
Verstappen.
Fair play. to
Great
him, man.
racing. Some
Great
really good
driving
racing.
from both.
Whetting the appetite for tomorrow, I have to say.
Carlos is going to go hungry now.
He's had his chance. Some more movement down the back here. Perez
Oh, my
and Hamilton
word.
back
Perez and
battling, we
Hamilton
saw
was
there.
that?
Where's Alonso? 7th.
Where's my baby?
I didn't say that. They showed his car, that's why.
They did,
I wanted to see where he was on the table.
Some good racing. People really throwing it around this track here.
Serious racing going on.
But George Russell, 1.7 ahead. Great
Go
start
on,
there.
George.
Believe me, I'm the happiest man
He's
in
had a
this
flyer,
building.
man. I'd never expect. No one had George winning this.
No.
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 Very pleased to be fair. Piastri in second, Sainz and Leclerc in fourth.
Lewis
Which means
went
it's
wide,
not looking
man.
good for us, Talia, I have to be honest.
No, I know it's not.
We'll just wait to this end. Here is Fernando Alonso versus. He's coming up to. I guess that might be Ocon. I'm not entirely sure in the Alpine.
Look, I really like Fernando Alonso, and he is my favourite driver because I've loved him for a very long time because he's amazing at what
Age
he
is
does.
just a number. He
But-
proves it, right?
And that's why he's my favourite driver, and I respect him so much because we were saying he's 41, 42 years old, and he's still getting podiums.
Yeah.
He's still getting podiums.
He's still doing it.
You know, he's beating
Sainz
all the
is-
youths.
It's coming in on Leclerc. No, Sainz, sorry, on Piastri. Piastri is struggling a little bit. Right,
Lap
on lap
8.
8. So Dan, I think you're fine. I
I'm
think
safe.
you're safe.
I'm safe.
Well,
I
I'll
played it
spin
safe
it for you, and
and
then you
was
can
safe.
spin it for me. So you're. Oh, this is very exciting.
Ready, get-
Here we go. I'll give it a big old spin.
And then we'll wait for mine, and then we'll wait.
I need a dance!
And then I'm gonna spin
Give
it
us a
this
little
way.
dance.
So
Okay,
then
so
we
you'll
both.
be dancing. Maybe I can accompany you. Let's have a look.
You'll be singing.
Do you want to sing the song?
Absolutely
I have to dance.
It's an absolute nightmare.
dance.
George Russell just taken fastest lap. Do you want to dance and I could accompany it?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to sing? What are you going to sing? Because I need to know how I'm going to dance.
Okay,
and
that's
where
good
do you want me
point.
to dance? Do you want me to dance here or do you want me to
I
dance
think
here?
it's
Where do
a
I need to
bang
dance?
slap.
Right
I
in the
mean, we all
middle.
need to look at it. So,
I think we do.
I don't dance
Okay,
in the
but
chair.
why don't you give me what kind of dance do you want me to do?
Dan, what song should I go for? A bit of.
I mean, listen, you can pick whatever song you like, bro. I don't care. I'm not going to give you a song.
We spoke about a bit of Whitney Houston. I want to dance to something.
Well, there we go. No, you can dance
It's a
while you
big
sing
song.
Are you going to stand up? I think everyone should stand up. That you have to do it.
I'll sit down.
I'm not going to
I'll
stand
sit
up.
down.
I'm going to
back up.
Nope.
chill.
You need
Maybe
to
you can do
move
it
a
right
little
in front of
bit.
the wheel, and I'll slide on down here.
I mean, you've not got much room in front of them.
That's perfect then.
Russell, Piastri and Sainz. This is so exciting. Okay.
Guys, you haven't given me a dance move. I need you to give me a dance move.
Just give me the old step click, I would.
What about the...
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a bit of...
That's what I do when I'm out on a night out, very rarely. I'm just giving it by that.
Yeah, but I don't have any room to do a bit of the... I don't have any room. I don't have any room. I don't know next time.
Got ahead of Leclerc.
Well, come on, let's dance. You need to sing and I'll dance.
Verstappen's got ahead of Leclerc.
Right.
Verstappen's ahead.
Oh, I want to dance with somebody. Dan, give us a clap. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves somebody.
Oh, I have to do this.
That's enough.
Thank you.
Get a round of applause.
I mean, I must say, it was as if Whitney was in the room.
I know, right?
I tell you, like, the dancing was on point.
Thank you.
I can see big musical theatre producers getting in touch.
Yeah.
Right, so let's get back in touch with the race because Russell still leads Piastri, although Piastri's just set the fastest lap. This is the move Sergio Perez on Pierre Gasly. It's this start-finish straight that seems to be the
he can't get through, can he?
Who's
He's
Sergio
giving it a go,
Perez?
Perez.
He'll always give it a go.
Surely he's
And Perez has been all right this season during the races. It's his qualifying that's really letting down.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I've no idea why that is. But Max is right on the back of
So there we go. So
Carlos Sainz here now.
Verstappen is past
Look at that.
Leclerc. He's right on the back. This could be exciting. Here's Max Verstappen. He doesn't want to. He wants this to be a night to remember for him, and he wants to make sure he can be near the top of that.
Yeah,
because that's the thing.
He's going to get him here.
He's not going to want to be world champion and come fourth.
No. What an underwhelming way to
win. He wants.
Here we go.
There he goes. Verstappen all over the gearbox.
He's just got to pull across.
Piastri's on the radio. What comes to that?
Right.
Here's Max Verstappen down the inside. Oh, it's not even fighting it, Sainz. That's pathetic from your boy.
Piastri's saying that
your boy's about half the grid.
You're literally just saying your boy to every single one that.
There we go. So Russell, Piastri, Verstappen, and with 9 laps to go here, I think Max can do it, you know.
Lando's all over the back of Charles Leclerc here, all over the back.
The Ferrari started well, but they're losing it a little bit now.
Yeah, it's unfortunately what
Some good battles all across the grid.
Yeah, it's closed up, man.
All across.
Go on, Lando.
Okay, so if we're on lap 10, we need to do the wheel again. We need to get it in 2 more times at least. So why don't we look at lap 13?
Lap 13.
Yeah, let's do that. Lewis Hamilton here. Is this a move to get himself into the top 10? It is, and it's with ease, really, from Lewis.
Go on, Lewis.
Good stuff. Into the chat, the maximum Max needs to win is 3 points today, and he is currently sitting in 4th. He's got 5, so as it stands, he is there. Ferrari needs to go hard tyres and try and drive it flat out. I mean, that's a bizarre strategy call there from the live chat. If they have to stop in a sprint race, no one else is going to, are they? Yeah, people calling it a spicy start. Ferrari don't deserve Sainz. That's controversial.
Piastri's going to get
They
him.
don't deserve
Sainz.
Sainz.
That's what I'm seeing here.
Piastri's saying that his tyres are not doing well, but look at him, he's flying.
Got some comments on our singing and dancing.
Oh God, yeah, they're gone.
They're loving you. They are loving you. Nice move. Sounded like the real song. If Whitney could hear that, she'd be upset. I feel from me. Piastri's taken the lead.
Yeah,
I've totally missed that.
He's done it, man. It's obvious that
Fair play, Oscar Piastri.
I'll tell you what, Lando.
And
I'll tell you what, Lando.
Is going for the move around the outside.
I'll tell you what, Lando. Oh, it's easy.
Sensational from the McLaren boys.
Easy.
In a matter of moments, Piastri takes the lead. Norris into 5th. Max setting the fastest lap. He'll be over Russell in a couple. Let's do some more predictions then.
Oh my
God! It's Perez. Perez, Hulkenberg. Is it?
Guys, no, Perez and...
we've got a yellow flag in sector 1.
Another safety car.
Sergio Perez.
No, it's not. Is it
Surely it's got to be another safety car.
It's Sergio Perez and who? Is it Ocon?
Hulkenberg
came down.
Ocon and Perez.
Ocon, Perez, and Hulkenberg. Was it 3 of them?
Oh my God.
No, but Hulkenberg's still...
Oh, Nico Hulkenberg.
I like Nico.
There was us at the start going, I don't think there'll be any incidents.
Perez is livid. Perez is out of his car making all sorts of gesticulations. Is that a proper word?
Because I think he knows he needs to do well.
He's calling it over. What is something... Is there a fire in the car? I'm not sure.
I don't know. He's not happy about something. What is going on?
Third safety car. You can't write this stuff. So the lead of the race is Piastri, Russell, and Verstappen. They're your top 3.
By the way, this safety car's going to be here for the next 2 laps.
So we'll do it maybe for 50.
Oh, yeah, it's on fire. That's why.
Yeah, this car's not going anywhere fast.
Oh my goodness gracious. So I'll have to watch that back. But Perez again, he's not happy, is he? He's throwing his arms about.
8 laps. I mean, this could be it.
Yeah, it could be. With Perez though, making mistakes at the last Grand Prix. When does this stop being a blip and actually just realise he's maybe not a very good driver?
Well, he's not a very good driver, is he? Let's be real.
You don't think he's very... Well, he came
Sergio
third
Perez.
last,
I'm sure
he
he- I'm
came
sure
third
he beat
last
me,
season.
but-
Yeah, he did.
Here
But
we go. Is this-
when I look,
no,
this is the
this is
replay
Norris,
of
yeah.
Lando just breezing past that poor
Fantastic.
Ferrari.
I think he is... I do... I know. Ferrari is my team. But I think the... I don't know. I think Perez
Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, it's
Nico Hulkenberg.
got
I thought
involved.
Gary Neville then. Oh.
That's Hulkenberg clipping me up.
Oh, it's
All
three
three of
across.
them, that's what's happened.
It's a Hulkenberg sandwich.
Yeah.
He's
Hulkenberg's
been-
gone in the
been-
middle of them, and he's the one that's come out safe. He's the one that's still
Here's
on the track.
Hulkenberg on the radio. Oh, explain
They
to him.
sandwiched
They sandwiched me!
They
Nice
sandwiched me.
one.
I think they might actually be right.
So
though,
Hulkenberg
because
goes around the
Hulkenberg's
outside.
here. Now, what does Perez do here?
He gets involved. He doesn't
He
need
got
to.
no fair play to Perez. He's going to see that gap and go for it.
But then they
But-
both come
yeah.
all the way in.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
would say
don't-
that's more Ocon, if I'm honest. I would
Ocon's
say
got the
that's more
inside
Ocon.
line there. Perez on the outside, and Hulkenberg should have maybe backed off.
Yeah,
He's
but
got
I think
stuck.
How can
Hulkenberg's
he-
there
they
first,
can't
so he
back
can't
off,
back
he's
on.
in the middle.
So Hulkenberg's back, right. So Hulkenberg is fine here, right? Ocon now goes in, and he's done.
Yeah,
Ocon
to be
for me.
fair, maybe Hulkenberg's unfortunate there with the
Hulkenberg's just
Ocon has to keep
driving.
left. Ocon has to keep left there.
That's what happened. You're right. Ocon's come in and hit
Yeah.
Hulkenberg's wheel.
So
I'm blaming Ocon.
Perez
for
is
that
out of the race now, and a few people in the chat saying, Max Verstappen, is he officially the world champion? I don't think we can say yes, because anything could happen to Max.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
could
look at
crash-
this race so
he
far.
could
We've
crash
got
himself,
5 out.
but
1, 2, 3,
absolutely,
4.
he just has
one. I
to.
mean, Max
he
is
just
the
has to-
fastest lap again, and by far, he will
Oh.
get Russell, and he probably. I mean, problem is, how long is his safety car out for?
That's what I was
This
saying.
is true. Russell's on the radio.
Wow.
Jake putting a bold prediction in there, saying I think Hamilton will finish second in the championship overall.
Really?
Perez making more mistakes.
Ah,
I think
interesting.
he's going to have to get a hell of a lot of points, Lewis, to do that.
Yeah, he is. He's going to have to come like podium every race, isn't he? To
This
now
is
to the end.
outrageous stuff. I have to say. So safety car, 7 laps to go. Max in third, as it stands, he is the world champion.
He will...
This is Oscar on Russell to take the lead. What happens here with George? Because he seems to be quite comfortable.
Excuse me. Piastri, man, he's going, oh, my tyres. Look at him, he's flying.
And there, is he on medium?
Was that just the RS?
Piastri's on the medium, I believe, which therefore showing
He just
that it is
flew
coming
past
in.
him
Yeah,
there.
it is. It's as George says, all right, mate, off you go. He gets out of his way.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
fighting
he
that at all.
does. Because I think he can see, so...
Clap from the McLaren garage. Dictionary corner. Colin, what you got for me?
I've got some news on Joe Magnussen and Stroll. They've all paid for a second set of tyres. And Russell is mad eager on the radio trying to get a pit stop in on the safety car because he reckons the tyres are done.
Right.
But for the time being, I think he's staying out.
There we go. So people, I mean, he's staying out at the moment, but there's no movement with Perez's car. They're still out there. This safety car could go on. You're right. Who knows? It could finish under a safety car.
It's wait, is Hulkenberg out as well now?
Well, Hulkenberg has, yeah. Well, he's not been struck off on the thing. But
No,
I
he
can't
is
see,
now.
there you go.
He's just gone
Hulkenberg, Ocon, and Perez. Let's put a prediction in for our wheel for the first lap after the restart, whenever that may be. Verstappen's on. I think Verstappen's saying get the champagne on ice on that.
I think
He's
it's...
confident
So
there.
the first lap after the wheel... Oh, sorry, the first
yes.
for the wheel.
So Dan, we need to hear a bit from you. So go outrageous.
Don't play it safe.
So 1 lap into the restart.
Piastri, Verstappen, Russell.
Oh ho ho ho! I don't want to go on Santa. Interesting. Yeah, very good. Talia for you.
You know what? I actually got an advent calendar today. Piastri.
What?
Yeah, my brother brought me one home.
Wow.
Piastri, Verstappen, Russell.
I'm just a little bit shocked. Okay, Verstappen, Piastri, Russell. I'll go Sam. No, right, let's be different. I'll keep it the same.
Okay.
I'll
So
keep it
we're
the
all
same.
going for it. We're all going for the same thing.
No,
you're
he's
going.
keeping this.
As it is.
You and I
Oh,
both
sorry,
said
you are
Verstappen
thinking the
above.
same as what we've
Sorry,
gone
no,
for.
I'm
No,
saying-
no,
So we've gone for the same. You've gone for
You've
how
gone
it
Verstappen
is.
P1, no?
Not yet.
Oh.
Not for the first lap
Right,
out
okay.
of
We've
safety
both
car.
said
Course.
we've both said Piastri, Verstappen, Russell. We've
And
both
I've
said
gone
that.
Piastri.
You've
I
gone-
think Russell will hold him. Well,
You think Russell
we're
will
about
hold
to see.
Verstappen?
I
Okay,
don't know. I
cool.
think as soon as that car's
I
on,
mean,
Verstappen.
let's hope we do actually get to see it because there's only 6 laps left and the safety car's still out, man. That'd be frustrating, wouldn't it, to win it with a safety car out?
Yeah, I mean, imagine if it just rolls through. And Colin, has Max officially won the World Championship? Because Perez can't get a point.
Technically, yes.
So in theory, is Max Verstappen champion?
He's just got to finish.
In theory, I think he is, but it'll depend. Like he has to finish, obviously.
So
So
his
he has
own
to
teammate
finish.
helped him. See?
I'm pretty sure
I wouldn't call that a helping hand.
I know.
Perez.
He's
I
such a
actually feel
team
for
player,
Perez, yeah.
Sergio Perez.
I've given him a lot of stick, but Perez has done nothing wrong there, man.
No,
Literally,
he hasn't. He's done a
it's
lot
these
wrong
two.
this year. But
He has, yeah. But
No, I think it's Ocon going into
Ocon,
Hulkenberg, which
100.
sends Hulkenberg into
you can see the
Perez.
fans there. Qatar just can't believe it.
Ocon-
Hamilton had the best view of it all. Sitting back, watching it, he must be thinking, absolutely.
he must be loving that. He's like,
See, look at Hulkenberg. He's just doing his race.
I mean, it's been an eventful sprint race, it's fair to say.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it has.
It really has. And Lewis then will fly up the charts here. He's into 8th. So it reads on lap 14 of 19, Piastri leading. He started on pole. He lost a place, but he's back there now. Russell in 2nd. Verstappen in 3rd with the fastest lap. Currently world champion. Sainz in 4th. Splitting the Ferraris is Norris in 5th. Leclerc 6th. Alonso 7th. Hamilton 8th. Gasly then Bottas 9th and 10th. And then Albon once again up there in 11th. So the safety car is ending. Here we go. So we've got our 3 at the end of this full it said wrap. That's going to be some beatboxing for you. Lap of racing. We're back in it. Here we go. So Piastri needs another start. It's like we've got 4 races for the price of 1 here.
Yeah, it really does feel like that.
He's not happy.
He's not
Perez
happy,
is
Perez.
not happy.
No.
He's not happy with that cameraman. Flash on as well in his face. Look at that. Right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It's
Safety car's
in.
coming in. Piastri.
So by lap 15, yeah, we need to have that order. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or it might start on 15, so let's say the end of 15. But
Okay, end of 15.
As soon as the
all I'm
car's gone.
saying is we could go through Whitney's album.
We can. What's the big one? I'm not going to do
How Will I
it. No,
I Will
I'm
Always
not
Love
going to
You.
do it. Yeah, I will always love
I
you,
Will
but I'm not going to do it
Always
because I haven't got sang yet.
That's a big song. That's brave. That's brave and alive.
Right, always just put a bit of Mariah Carey in.
You and Christmas. I've been counting Mariah Carey. What's that about?
Oh, Mariah Carey. Oh,
Right, here we go. So Piastri, 15 laps on that medium. What did you say?
Mariah
Doesn't
Carey.
matter.
Mike, pick that one up. There you go. Right, it's ending. Here we go. So Piastri, can he get a good launch? Russell got a great one last time. Verstappen warming those tyres, warming up. He's ready to go. Has he gone? He's gone.
Here
Oscar.
we go.
Oh, he's
Here
not
we
got a good
go.
start. I don't think Russell's done well there. We've gone green. Oscar seems to be holding off. There's movement behind Max. I think Sainz is.
Who is that behind
To be
Sainz?
fair, Max.
Here we go. That wasn't the cleanest from Oscar around that first corner there.
Russell's
Oscar-
closer than I thought he'd be.
He,
though.
meets
Max
with 5
isn't
laps
as
to
close.
go.
Oh,
There's some
wow,
movement
wow,
here.
wow.
Is that
The
Oh,
Ferrari.
Leclerc on Norris.
Ferrari on Norris.
He's backed out of it. Russell's going to go on the inside on. Oh!
Here we go. What's
It's
happening?
all.
It's
It
all
looks
go.
like it's moving, but it's not moving.
Oh, he's got him. He's got him.
Look,
Ferrari.
nice.
Leclerc on Norris.
I'll tell you
Ferraris
what,
are looking
Leclerc's
good
trying to get
today.
on the science as well.
We're going for the double.
Lando
I mean,
is
this is the thing.
not having a
They're
good
4-5,
Gasly
and they
in
race
front
each
of
other.
Hamilton as well there, a bit further down.
What is happening?
So Piastri, Russell, Verstappen, the two Leclercs, the 2 Ferraris. Then Lando, Norris.
Lando and Lewis are a sprint race to forget, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. But Piastri's got a great start, over a second already.
Tell you what, Norris is caught
Of
up here as
Russell.
well. The Ferraris are close, but Norris is right behind.
It looks like I'm going to be safe for the old wheel here. But it looks like you might not be. Too soon. So yeah, Piastri, Russell, Verstappen, 4 laps to go.
Go on, Lewis.
It seems that there's not a lot of movement. It's becoming a bit of a procession sprint races have in the past. But Piastri, fair play, because when he dropped to P2, as you said, you think he'd lost his charm.
Yeah.
Don't know. This is the move from Leclerc.
Look
and
at
Norris.
this from Leclerc. I mean, to be fair to Leclerc.
Ferrari have had a good day.
Yeah, a very good day. Yeah, they have, to be fair. I
He
mean,
uses the
Lando,
slipstream
he's
well
gonna,
there.
Lando's got to forget this.
But it's weird because Lando will be disappointed with his whole weekend.
Oh, yeah, he
he's
will be.
qualifying
He will be.
well.
He will
You know,
be.
he's still up
He's
there.
10th tomorrow, isn't he?
but- Absolutely, yeah. That's a good move from Leclerc. And you're right, he nearly followed it through with one on Sainz.
Yeah, he really
there.
did.
Oh!
Oh, Verstappen! And there it is.
Oh no! I think we're all
Piastri,
singing
Verstappen and
as
Russell.
the lap ends. So it's Piastri,
No,
Verstappen,
wait,
Russell.
No, we're
wait,
all
no,
right.
wait,
It's
wait,
you.
no. We are both fine.
It's you, man. You got to
I
build
don't-
out another witness.
You are
of it.
right. It's Piastri, Verstappen,
Piastri,
Russell.
Verstappen,
I'm going to
Russell,
spin it
as
for
we
you.
said.
Ready?
Absolutely
So
heartbreaking.
now
Give
it's
me a
another
spin.
one. Beatbox. There it is. Oh, dance this time. No more no singing.
Unfortunately, I'm quite tall. I don't think I'm going to be picked up.
So you're going to go right in the middle, where I
I
went.
mean, spin again if you want.
No.
See, look, the head's out. Oh, it's in.
You're going to... no,
What
it's
do you
you're
want?
in. You're
What do you
in.
want? Maybe I can do...
I'll just clap.
Give it a bit of
I'll
that.
tell you what, he's
Bang.
coming back. George is coming back.
Sorry, Rich, we watched the race. That's my dancing done. How about that? That was all right. That was a body roll.
Just one more, go on. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I mean, like, fair play to you, bro.
Thank you very much.
Fair play.
All right, Piastri, Verstappen, Russell. But Piastri has a 2.4 second lead on Verstappen. Is it enough for 3 laps to go? Could Piastri do this?
Man, I hope so. I really do. But
Max
I
wants
think Max
this.
is going to fly now.
He doesn't want to win on
really
Saturday, but he looks like he's going to have to, so he
3
might as well
laps
win the
is
race.
just going to go boom, boom, boom.
Who, Verstappen?
Yeah.
Leclerc is getting close to Sainz as well, I can see on
Of
the
course
on the
he
times
is.
So
Of
Max
course he
Piastri,
Because they race each other.
there. This is true.
Max Piastri Lando was our
Fastest lap's gone to
was our
Piastri. He's
prediction.
absolutely
That's
putting his
not-
foot
Lando's
down, but then
definitely
Verstappen takes it off.
Verstappen fastest lap, man.
Here's Norris on Leclerc.
I'd like.
Oh, he's gaining. He's gone down the...
I'll tell you what, Lando.
Leclerc's let
I'll
him
tell
go.
you what,
Fair play, Lando Norris. Good stuff.
Lando.
I'd like Sainz to climb up a place.
Go on, Lando. Now have him as well.
Oh!
Lando, now have him as well. Go on.
He's tried to do a double Ferrari there.
Go on, Lando.
He's all over it. Fair play. Those medium tyres, as we
He's
say,
going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Ah.
He's done it. Lando
Get
Norris
in there,
up to
Lando.
4th. So that's a 1 and a 4th for McLaren.
Yeah,
Verstappen
Ferrari's going
second.
to stay down there.
He's flying,
And that's
man.
the thing with the tyres, where Russell might get caught out now by Norris, because Russell's on a soft, as did Sainz and Leclerc, and the mediums seem to be coming to play with 2 to go.
Will our prediction be right here?
What did I go for again?
Max Piastri, Lando.
Oh my goodness, it's going to happen. No, so I don't know if
You
it's
never
enough
know,
time.
never
Maybe
know.
with no safety car, it could have done.
It's Norris for me. It's not so much Max and Piastri. Can Norris get George? He's 1.7 behind.
It's a great. So this is Hamilton
He has a
on
chance to get the 2
Gasly.
Ferraris.
It's a lock up from Pierre Gasly.
That was poor from Gasly.
That's cheap.
We can
And
see.
Go on, Lewis.
Lewis is through.
Huh?
They're saying that Fernando thinks he can get the 2 Ferraris.
Does he now?
You'll be
It
right with that,
said
won't
it.
you? You'll be right with that.
But this is where
Yeah,
I'm
this must be
conflicted.
tough for you.
But this is where I'm conflicted because Ferrari's my favourite team, but Fernando Alonso is my favourite driver.
A few people coming in. Perez is a liability.
I think it was harsh for this race to say that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's done anything wrong
Overall,
there.
Leclerc's on the radio. Let's have a look what he's saying.
I can't
think
I can't
Carlos
read
is
that.
struggling. Leclerc looks like he's asking for a swap.
Of
I
course
can't
that's what
see
he's
them
doing.
that.
Wow, what with 2 laps? They lap to go.
Here we go. This is Lewis Hamilton.
Go on, Lewis.
Albon's past Gasly.
He's
Lewis
past
past Alonso.
He's past the...
Lewis Hamilton, and now
Go on,
he might
Lewis.
go and attack the Ferrari.
Go on, Lewis. This is
100%
what I
will.
mean. He's on the mediums and he's flying.
Lewis might fly up in these last couple
And
of
he's
laps. here in
flying
the
ahead
sprint
of
race.
Leclerc here. Come on.
Lewis is all over the back
Come
of
on,
that Ferrari.
Lewis.
Here is Lewis Hamilton. He's got round.
Oh, he's had to
backed
pull out of that one. He's
He's
had
backed
to.
out.
Yeah, he has.
He'll be back though. I think you could get them both here.
Go on, Lewis.
Lewis Hamilton over the back of Leclerc here. He's going to go.
I
for it, is
reckon
he?
he'll get Leclerc.
Oh, a lock up from
A
Leclerc.
lock up for Leclerc.
Oh, he's hold off just for now. And as this is happening, they're battling. Sainz is starting to pull away, but dare I say, Piastri's got this locked up.
Oh,
10
no,
seconds.
no, he's locked. Oh, my God, they're close.
It is all going
Wow.
on. Hamilton now still behind. It is.
Go on,
do you know what?
Lewis.
As sprint races go, this has been good.
It's been a
quite
really good
exciting.
one. Really good one, yeah.
Piastri,
Verstappen, mate,
Russell.
Piastri's going to hold off here.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
he is
huge for
now.
Oscar. This is great. He leads very clearly at the moment. He's pulling away. Verstappen, though, has that first slap. But the difference between Verstappen and Russell is bonkers. 6 seconds.
That's absolute crazy.
Oh,
that
look,
is.
is that Hamilton just flying behind the back of these Ferraris here? Oh,
Go
this
on,
could go from
Lewis.
bad to worse for you.
Go on, Lewis.
Just watching them all come down.
It's depressing. Into the final lap then of the sprint race as it stands.
Go on,
Max
Lewis.
Verstappen is champion.
He's got to have him here. Oh, my
Norris
God.
is
ahead of
up.
Russell. Norris ahead of Russell. Into P3. Lando Norris.
He's done him.
But Russell's not giving up. This is
Hamilton's
fantastic
above.
racing.
Hamilton's overtaken
Norris.
Charles.
Wow.
Hamilton's got one
Wow.
Ferrari. Norris.
He's
Oh,
really close to Carlos.
Go on, Lewis.
It's great racing from Lewis. It's Lewis Hamilton of the old.
Come on.
Carlos is going to keep that. He's going to really want to keep that.
This is going to be an exciting last lap. Lots happening as well. But Piastri, I think, is going to win his first race in Formula One.
That's incredible.
Well played, man. Piastri.
A
fair
word
play.
on Oscar Piastri. Incredible
Man,
first
he's
season.
been outstanding.
and deserves his
Absolutely
win.
outstanding.
Yeah.
It's really good race as well because he's had to fight for that. You know, he
Absolutely.
really has had to fight for that. And I know that he started on the pole, but for me,
To hold it.
fair play, man. Fair
Hamilton
play.
ahead of Sainz. It's 4-5
Get
for
in
Mercedes.
there, Lewis.
Good move from Lewis. Talia, a word on Max Verstappen. He's world champion.
Yeah, he is. I mean, and it's deserved. It is
Absolutely.
100% deserved. He is a fantastic driver.
And I'm sure it's not the last time I'll say those words. 3-time winner. I'm sure it'll be more. Well, Oscar Piastri crosses the line. McLaren, get in there, has won the Qatar sprint race. Oscar Piastri. Here comes Max Verstappen,
Great
who is
race, man.
champion of the world.
Yeah.
Second on the day.
Big up Lando as well
And
because things
Lando
weren't
Norris,
looking good
'cause
for him there.
Terrible start from Lando. Wraps up the top 3. I'm pleased with that. It's a Verstappen sandwich in the McLaren. Russell and Hamilton, Mercedes fan in the corner over here. Pleased with that.
Listen, I think that's a great race. For me, McLaren and Mercedes, are big up both of them. I know Max is going to be up in there anyway, but I would have that happily. Like for me, Ferrari, it's always nice to see them going down for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a Ferrari fan. I'm not saying it just because me and Talia have got this little rivalry going on.
Very good.
But, you know, listen, I love what I see there. That was a great sprint race.
That was a really good sprint race. And Talia, Ferrari fans, 6 and 7s for Ferrari. They had good elements of the race, but I think the safety car and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what's going on with the season. You see 6 and 7, you're like, this is kind of where we are at the moment in this season. So
Absolutely. And I think it's top 8 that gets the points. And I can't say I think it was Alonso that got in there. But Max Verstappen, world champion. Dan, is this 3? Is that it, or how many can he get? How many,
no.
How far can Max go?
To answer the question, is this it? No. This guy could go on and get another 3 for me. He looks absolutely phenomenal. And if he can get 8, then he will be probably known as the best then, won't he?
Debate finished.
You know, that's the one he's going to aim for now. And he's young enough as well, James. Do you know what I mean? He's young enough. So let's see what he does, man.
I mean, we're seeing the radio message here. Incredible year. I think that's Christian Horner. Amazing for the team. But let's be honest, Perez hasn't really helped it. It has all been Max Verstappen winning the constructors for his team as well. And Perez again out, Sargent out. Lots of people spinning off. Great race, best sprint race of the year, I think.
Yes, absolutely. It was.
And
had everything.
Had everything and went to Houston. So
fair play to you both as well. I got away with that one. So well done, man. Well done.
But wait. Are we meant to spin this because all 3 of us, or do we not spin this at the end?
I think that would be a wonderful end.
Because all 3 of us, did it wrong.
I went Max, Oscar, Lando.
I did Max.
Lando, Oscar. Right?
Yeah, we all did it wrong.
We all were wrong. I went
Piastri, Max, Lando. What are you talking about? I won.
We're going to close up on that one. Max, Oscar, Lando. Yeah. So the right people in the wrong order. So let's have a singular spin.
For each?
But all of us do it at the same time.
Oh, okay. We do one spin for all 3.
Okay.
Let's have a final spin.
What's it going to be? It's going to be beatboxing. So let's see us out, isn't it?
It's a dance.
They've got room to dance together.
I think everyone just do a move and just pass it down the line.
Oh, okay.
What have you got? What's in your locker? This is exciting. Is it the one? Oh my god!
I'll tell you what. I'll go forward. I'll do that.
You can't do forward one.
I said I can go forward.
This is top level content. Here we go.
I used to be able to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to.
I'm
just going to do the slug. There we go. I'll take that.
I genuinely don't want to say. It might be the best thing I've ever seen. How can you top that? What have you got?
It's been a long time.
I'm just going to
help you up.
Oh, thanks.
Does the slug.
Thanks.
Do the slug.
I'm just going to go with the robot. So I'm going to do the robot, and I'm going to hang it over to you.
Oh, smooth criminal! I can do the worm, but not the slug.
Caterpillar or the worm. That's what I was trying to do. Start with, and I kind of didn't do it very well.
Should I do that? And then we've covered all.
We've done forwards, backwards, and a robot.
We've got a robot, a slug, and a worm. I'm getting old.
Yay! So that was what I was trying to do, but failed.
Thank you.
There we go. You guys both deserve a clap for that.
Thanks very much.
What a fantastic end to our sprint race. Let's really quickly look ahead to tomorrow. So Max is on pole, as expected. Both the Mercedes, 2 and 3. Russell 2nd, Hamilton 3rd. Let's go around predictions for tomorrow. Max Verstappen, is he going to be on the old Beveragino's this evening?
Yeah, well, listen, he's going to be on them this evening for sure.
So,
but I don't think he'll ruin tomorrow. I expect him to win, and I think he will.
So, Max to win it. 2nd and 3rd, do you think Mercedes can hang on, or we're going to get pressure? You've got to remember, Lando's in 10th, that's a long way. Oscar's 6th.
I don't know. With the McLarens out, I'm going to go for my boys.
Yeah?
I'm going to go for my boys, yeah.
So you think they'll be, 2-3?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going for the Mercs.
What's your thoughts on 23?
I don't think both Mercs will be in 2-3. I think one of them definitely will be. It might be Hamilton.
So you can see Max,
maybe
Hamilton.
Max, maybe Hamilton, and I'll see tomorrow 3rd.
Yeah, I said on Thursday that I said Max, Lewis 2nd, and Piastri 3rd before qualifying, and I'll stick with that because I think from 6th, Oscar's shown he can do it and knows this track well. He's won it. Fantastic sprint race, guys. Thank you. I've had a good evening.
Yeah, me
class.
too. It's been good. It's been good.
Sprint race.
Thank you so much for joining us. We've been On Track GP. We are back tomorrow for the live Qatar Grand Prix. I've been James Gaffney. You guys have been amazing. Do join us next time. Take care.